Hello, Fredlings. I'm Claude from Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Fredlings, never give up on one of you. And today we're back with another live stream on Fred's Superflat Hardcore Challenge. And today we are going to be having a little bit of a shorter stream. It won't probably be that exactly 2 plus hours, 3 hours almost, but probably about an hour and a half. Roughly that size, and just want to give everyone the rules and the outlines of this if you are new to the series or are returning. The series is a super flat world. There is no real objective in the end of this. There's ideas that we can do, but there's no, there's one point the stream's over with. I would like to beat the end. I would like to make this a huge epic world where it's like the government controls everything, and then the outskirts is the flatland, which is the real world, which is a whole subconscious thing, and this is a whole book, and dystopia or utopia, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Okay, we definitely want to beat the end. We definitely want to beat the wither. Like, we got those things going on. Sure, that's not like the end. That will not be like the end of the series. If I die, that is the end of the series. Will end when I die. So congratulations for everyone that wants an ending. When I die, which could be today, series is over. So there's a few little rules that I set up, and one of those rules is we can only go to one village per live stream. And the reason because of that is because I think that it's a little broken to be able to just go to each village, because they could potentially have diamonds in them. They could potentially have iron in them. They could potentially have other cool tools and useful stuff that we could just use and just spend 3 hours going around and grab ourselves a full diamonds of armor. I think it's a little broken, a little bit of OP, so we are limiting ourselves to one stream. We've already been to that one. We're already in the one that we're currently in. The sun is setting, but the goals for today's live stream is to set up a chicken farm, a cow farm, and a sheep farm. Those are the three big goals, and the last goal is to visit one of the farms. So 4 goals, 3 farm related. That's sort of like what our thumbnail is. This is how he's leaving here. He's just walking here and then stepping on that and escaping. So chessboat is escaping, but one of our goals is to get this cow farm going. Now these mobs are coming down here and they're entity cramming themselves, which is really annoying. So or they'll eventually will entity cram themselves. So I kind of want to get them bred up and get some cows going, because cows is what we're going to do today, as well as we are going to get ourselves a beautiful, 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 beautiful leather armor. Leather armor will not stop us from dying from anything, to be honest with you. Leather armor is literally going to only prevent maybe an extra hit by a zombie, an extra hit by a skeleton, an extra hit by a spider. Creeper, it's still a one-shot. One-shot creepers are all the way through iron, so you got to get diamond. And if creeper comes up to you, I think you could survive one explosion with normal diamond armor. But I could be wrong, but I know full iron you will die. Died in a hardcore Minecraft world like that a long time ago as a kid. Never tested that theory ever out again. Maybe I just got screwed because I was on lower health. But as a kid, I remember dying, getting one shot by a thing in a hardcore world. And then that was probably the last time I played for a long time. So let's go over here and let's go get this iron from this iron golem / farm, which is right about over here. We just got to walk out. I know the iron golem was fighting, so he should be down a little bit of health, and it shouldn't take as long, but we will wait for the slimes to kill him. And the reason why we're not just going to go kill the iron golem right away is for 2 reasons. One, because he can kill us quite quickly. And, you know, I'm not trying to die in this series. And 2 is the iron golem can get us free slime blocks. I mean, everyone that's here already knows that they can give you free slime blocks, so I definitely want to continue doing that. Just going to answer some quick questions while we are here for people that are new to the series or new to this streaming. Where's that? It was like right over here, man. We're going a lot farther than I thought I was going to go. I have a note card somewhere with the coordinates for my house if I do get lost. So I do have my coordinates to get back down, so just in case, but I think this is it. But to answer some questions, yes, we'll eventually build an iron farm. Yes, we will eventually build a villager trading hall. Yes, we'll eventually build all those cool little things. Just for right now, We are just going to work on the basics and get some stuff going because I feel like just doing a farm right away is going to be, honestly, quite boring. And just have infinite iron right away. Let's do a little bit of challenging. What happens if, like, sure, once we have an iron farm, we get a full iron armor forever. Like, sure, I mean, I guess that's cool, right? I guess that everyone thinks that's cool, but still, can I hit my donkey while on this? I'm curious. I don't think I can, but I could. Well, I guess we'll find out, right? Alright. Well, we're gonna bring some, what's it called? Some slimes over to this guy. Can we push him like this? Oh, we can. Hold up. Can't do. Are they hovering by the bell? Is that what he's doing? Like, I could just kill him and just save myself a million times, but we're gonna wait for him to fight some llamas. Okay, let's loot this house. We haven't been in these villages before, or this village before. There are torches. Like, I could finesse the torches. I don't think there's anything up there, and if there is, then that'll be the biggest hee-hee on the thing. What's going on, Sith Lord? How are you doing this fine evening? Yeah, I don't think there's anything in churches. Now, I knew this. I knew, for the record, I did know that this farm was, or this place was not going to have a blacksmith. And I did still come to it. The reason is because I want to, you know, get this iron from this iron golem. Plus, I don't want to go super far. If I can maybe... Oh my god, I almost smacked the bling blong out of that dude. Good thing I didn't, because that iron golem would be coming after me right now. Punch him right in the face. But there's enough villagers here to do some villager trading at some point. But yeah, my goal wasn't really to come over here and just say, oh, I'm going to get like a diamond or blah, blah, blah. We would probably normally just pass this place up. We did. Oh, we found leather armor. We found leather armor. We found leather armor. Ching. We are literally rich now. We are clothed. Clothed. Why does Alexa have like normal... Okay, perfect. Wow, that was great. See? And we're going to pick up these cauldrons. I don't think I need the cauldrons. I don't think I need cauldrons. But I don't think I have them. And I don't have iron. So, if I do need cauldrons, and we do find dripstone, like Sith Lord said the other day, I can actually just use those cauldrons to start storing up some lava. So, that's a good idea. There's so many slimes over here. And I think the game recognizes that this log is actually a part of this tree. Or these logs are a part of that tree because it's not decaying. Which is kind of cool to know that Minecraft still can't recognize some things. This guy spawned in a slime chunk. Well, isn't that just such a... He was in... I was going to get him killed, sure. But he was like... just bound. Like, he was in fate. In fate, he's gonna just die. But we already got leather armor. Wow, we didn't even have to craft any. That's crazy, man. Come on, y'all. Let's go meet our new best friend. Ow. We already took some damage on our leather armor. Oh, that's so annoying. I'll take my leather armor off for a second. We'll put all the leather armor on at one time. I don't want to take unnecessary damage of, like, me corralling these guys. Because I could, in theory, corral all them and then, like, lose the armor by the time I get back. So we'll leave that in there. You know, one thing that I am happy about that YouTube finally did, even though we don't have the transparent... this is so loud for me, and I'm sure it's loud for you. Let's turn down the sound until we're, like, done out of this area. Well, remind me to turn it up. We'll turn the music up to compensate for that if it does come on. But, I am happy that Minecraft finally introduced, or sorry, YouTube finally introduced the ranking system. As you see in the chat, Cripsa's #1 and Sith Lord's #2 ranked. That's just based on chatting and I think time in the stream. That was the whole reason why I had that Streamlabs time thing. Question is, guys, I'm always thinking about this. Should I reset the clock and the time for those things? Because I feel like the people that have super high hours, which is true, are no longer here, so we took them off, and we have their hours saved. Like, for example, AJ has, like, 800 hours, right? Like, 800 hours or something. We took him off, but, you know, if he does come back, we'll put it back up at the top, and he'll be number one. But the question is, do I just restart it every month or restart it every year? I really am thinking of doing that, because the hashtag hours for that, I think is cooler than per se the YouTube thing. Which the YouTube thing's cool, but it's only if you log out of the stream, you start back at 0. So you're just cooked. You know, another thing too is what pisses me. Every time I do a stream on YouTube, I always get mad. I get mad because I am not monetized because somebody freaking came in. Dude, I don't like YouTube support is like that horrendous, like literally horrendous. Like, I don't even know how they can be a company and, like, have 0 support, man. All right. While we're sitting here waiting for some slimes to try to yeet this guy, which we're just gonna watch for a second. I hate that YouTube doesn't notify you live streams. I only started 10 minutes ago, so when you sent that message, it was probably 5 minutes. I went to Marshall's with friends and got a bunch of new clothes, like for spring and fall, and went to Safeway right after for groceries. Absolutely wrecked my back with the Safeway trip because the milk jug was digging into my back on the trip back home. Oof. Oh my God. Like, I never even thought about that. I thought about, like, when you carry bags to your car. Well, I know you don't have a car, but if, you know, you're carrying bags to your car, how heavy it can be. But imagine if you had to get on your scooter and then drive. Yeah. I didn't think about that. I don't know if I want a scooter now. Kind of like my car. Shout out. Grab the cauldron. Yes, you do. You can bucket out lava from the cauldron if it's full. You can also place it down in the rain and get water if needed. If you're in like a survival hardcore world, you can. They have been like that since the baseball show. Yeah, they've been like that for a long time. I just did the guy die or where's he at? Where's Iron Golem? There he is. It's been like that for a while, but I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Why you just like when you close out the browser, you close out your app, you got to start over. Like that's so stupid. Like top fans should be like top fans in the YouTube system should be like permanently locked onto that stream alone. So for example, if I stream for 24 hours and Cripsa watches 20 and Sith Lord watches 21, it stays like that. But if Sith Lord accidentally had to go to the bathroom and was swiped up, he starts back at the bottom, which is like you're rewarding. I think the reason why they do that though is because YouTube is struggling with, like, I wouldn't say they're struggling with streaming because I think there's more people that stream on there, but you know, I don't really watch people on Twitch. Twitch is doing okay, sure, but I mean, like, I don't know. I don't like that. I just don't like how that reward system is set up personally. My opinion, but oh, I have more hours than Claude. Also, I say yearly. I mean, it's worth it. I'm not having to worry about I'm not worried about cost of registration. Dude, if you hit my chest boat, I'm going to kill you myself. I have to go. I have. Yeah, I don't go on Twitch at all. I just don't like it. I never liked it. I mean, even when I streamed on there, I didn't like it. I didn't like how we had the advertisements. I wish that was on YouTube. I wish I had the advertisements on YouTube. I would make the advertisements, like, overall with that stuff. I think I made like $10. If I made $10 streaming a year, which I streamed for like 2 years, but I remember when I went over to Twitch, I lost like 95% of my followers because I was a stupid. Also open up my knockoff energy drink, which is a citrus X flavor, which is it tastes like fake orange juice. But But I need to drink the energy drink earlier than super late. But yeah, that was my thought. I want to make sure that when we if we do the reset for the thing, for the hours, the top hours, I want the people that are in the top hours to have a weighted vote, because Kripsa's hours and PvP's hours and Liam's hours are significantly higher than Sith Lord's, but Sith Lord's hours are also significantly higher than a lot of other people too. So I need to have it somehow weighted and give enough people enough time to get a choice. And if it doesn't want to change, we don't change it. But last time we did the vote, I think we decided not to change it, but take people off on the hours. Like, for example, AJ has like 800 hours, but we haven't seen AJ in like 4 years, 5 years. AJ comes back. I have it I don't know where it's written down. It's written down somewhere. It's written down somewhere. So the people got taken off, it's there. But, you know, if you know, it'd be like chasing AJ at 800 hours. You're always in second place, and you know you're like back 500. Like, you're kind of like mentally locked out. So that's just my thought, my idea. I get hated. I hate getting ad as soon as I sent a message. Yeah, see, I know as a fans you wouldn't like the ads. You know, by the way, as you guys know, I am not monetized at all, as you know, like in terms of YouTube monetization. So if you see ads running on my video, you know as hell I ain't getting paid for them. So you should be just as mad. There was a documentary that I made not that long ago. It was about a year ago. I recorded it, and it took me 6-8 months to write the script, and it didn't take that long to write the script, but, you know, write the script, double write the script, check the script, get the storyline, go get to blah, 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 all that stuff. I posted a documentary on YouTube. It was my first feature documentary ever, guys. First feature documentary. Maybe one day I'll share it with you guys. It was over 40 feature documentaries is what you would see in a movie theater, right? I wouldn't say it's that quality at all. I would not say it's more of a video documentary than per se but a feature documentary nonetheless. 45 minutes plus is a feature documentary. Most movies, as you see in the movie theaters, are 90 minutes. 45 minutes is the minimum. So a feature documentary, 45 minutes. Wow, oh my God, I actually did it. You know, I posted it on YouTube. This is what makes me so livid. I posted it on YouTube, and YouTube runs advertisements on that video, even though I am not monetized on that channel or could even be monetized. And they run ads on a 45-minute long documentary every 4 to 5 minutes. And I'm trying to watch it just on my other account to get myself a free view, get myself a free watch hours, get my free free likes. You know what I'm saying? But you're not supposed to, the documentary is supposed to be watched in its entirety, no stoppage. It's supposed to be no stoppage. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you're watching your favorite documentary, and it's just like, boom. The same thing with a live stream. Boom. Like that. I'm so livid. They're making all this money off. I don't know how they're not making that much money off of it, but still, it was supposed to be a free documentary with no advertisements at all. And none. So, yeah, just a little mad about that. That's another thing I'm mad about. Yeah. If I was getting paid for it, I think I'd be maybe a little less mad, but it's not, I mean, still, it's supposed to be watching one sitting, not getting up, no breaks. It's supposed to be just sit down, here's the story. That's how, imagine if you watched imagine if you watched Star Wars Episode 1, or whatever the hell it's called, or sorry, Star Wars 4, which is Return of the Jedi. Imagine you watch Star Wars to Return of the Jedi, but every 4 minutes you got a freaking ad, and the ad was like 2 minutes long. And if you weren't paying attention, you couldn't skip it. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you watched a movie and every 4 minutes there was an ad. Like, it wasn't even, like, perfectly... It wasn't, like, spaced out at, like, a break, like, an end of a thing. It was just like, boom. I hate YouTube for that feature. Oh, my God. Liam has watched 15 full days worth of Claude. Shout out, Liam. To be fair, this is Google we are talking about. Yeah, it is Google. It ain't YouTube. You're right. But still, it sounds like You know, okay, I'm getting on a rant. By the way, Liam, welcome to the stream. I know you've been here and I might have shouted you out before. But we're doing Fred's super flat hardcore challenge. The challenge is to live on a hardcore flat world and survive as long as we can without dying. We're obviously going to beat the end. We're obviously going to do other little challenges, but the goal is to survive as long as possible. We're going to intertwine this with other series and stuff. So we're going to do other hardcore challenges, but the goal, that's what the goal is if you didn't see the first couple live streams. But I do appreciate you watching 15 hours, man. By the way, Sith Lord, I try to reset my hours on that chat bot every time I see myself give up about 20. Come on. Come on. You're almost dead. Come on. Come on. I want to go do stuff. Liam talks about Liam all the time because that's how Liam rolls. Wish you could have customized the channel emojis. I think we had those on Twitch, but you're right. Let's go top. Is it top 10 or is it top 10 hours? Top hours. I think it's top 10 hours. Yeah, here we go. The top 10 hours, which somehow got renamed the top points. I don't know why I call it renamed the top points. I could fix that. No, top 10 is points. No. Wait, what the hell? Wait, are they both the same? I guess they're both the same, but the points and hours are not technically the same. Top hour, 10 hours is PvP at 412, Crips at 378, Liam at 361, Simon at 303, Alpine at 240 or 254, Moshe 229, Zach the Games is 190, GG does at 159, Duma at 154, and Zappy Zebra at 152. So yeah, that's what I was saying. If I feel like it's a disadvantage for the people that are currently here. If we did, so I would take a poll, and the poll would include the top 10 people that are in there. So they would have a weighted vote if we did decide to do that. And if I did decide to do that, this is why we took our armor off, because I want to get the leather armor, and I'm not trying to use it. They got another iron golem that spawned. All right, I'm gonna do the iron golem trick. Who's ready to watch me die? Do you think I'm gonna die, guys? Do you think I can die? Do you think I will die in this? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out, huh? Do we do the iron golem trick and yeet these iron golems? There is no bash, or there is no lava over here. I guess I could have lava'd them. Do we risk dying on episode 3? Probably should do this when it's not nighttime. Liam says yes. All right, we're going to stop talking about the top 10 hours for right now. I want to change some of those sound effects up, too. Maybe I'll put How About You Get a Damn Job in one of them. All right, let's grab these free little blocks. My cat kind of looks like that over there, but it has more color on the top than she's white on the bottom. All right. I think you build it up 3. I would like to say that they're all going to be one shot, but they're not going to all be one shots. He was almost dead. How much iron did that guy give us? He gave us 4. Perfect. We got lucky. We got 3, 5, and 5. 3, 5, 5, and 4. That's pretty good. I forgot about the sounds. Yeah, most people forget about the sounds, and then Moshe comes in and shows everyone the sounds again. Moshe is the shower of sounds. I think it's #shop. Okay, while this guy's fighting these little ones, I'm going to try to do the little cheeky beaky. Cue dream music. Sorry, it's not hashtag. I'm sorry. It's exclamation point. My bad. I think everything's exclamation point. And I don't know if the shop shows up for you guys. I think I made it to a way where it just shows up just for you guys. Or I locked it so everyone in chat can see it. But, I mean, my chat's not flying by to being, like, neat to, like, really fix that. Where did Chessboat go? How much did that other iron drop? He dropped, I think he dropped 3. So we got some really good spawns on those. All right, before I go any farther, it's exclamation point points to see how many coins you... Or maybe it's coins. Is it coins? It's exclamation coins. Yeah, thank you, Liam. All right, we need to make 2 iron golems. So, which is 4, 5. We need 5, so we need 10. 10 slimes. You get, I think you get 10 coins every 5 minutes. No, you get, I think it's 1 coin a minute, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the inflation... There is no inflation on it, but I mean, I don't know what it is. I think it's 10... I think it's 10 for 10 minutes, but you get paid out in 5, so I think it's 5 for 5 minutes. Alright, rest in peace, Iron Golems. Thank you so much for your iron. I appreciate y'all. I think one of those guys didn't drop a thing, but... We're going to leave our little monument to those guys, and one day we'll rebuild them in their thanks for the cause. Alright, let's get the bling long out of here. And I'm going to place these... I'm going to... Chessboat, where'd you go? We need to go back to... My card says... 213, 427. $213, $427. We're going the wrong way.
Bruh.
Thank you for the bruh, Sith Lord. Shout out, shout out. By the way, those graphics, those alerts that pop up on screen, do not understand why they're duplicated. And second off, every time I change the thing, it always it says it's even changed in the thing, but it always just looks like that. I don't understand that. I think I have 2 alert boxes. I think that's why. We'll turn this one off. One was for TTV. It was 213 negative, or sorry, positive 427. We're trying to stay within 1,000, or negative 1,000, negative 1,000.
Oh, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There is a cooldown for all those, and you can see those cooldowns at the top. That's a global cooldown, by the way. So... All man's global cooldown is 10 minutes, so nobody in 10 minutes can't reuse it. Same thing with the bruh. No one can use that for 5 minutes from last use. Alright, perfect. That took a lot longer than it should have. I think I'm just going to start moving this along with the... Holy shit, my ears are blown out because of that. That was loud as hell. Yeah, you gotta make sure you got enough coins. The Creeper one, y'all. The Creeper one is something that you guys should keep in mind, okay? I know, I mean, I've had that on there for years. Creeper one is something it costs a lot of money, sure. But the Creeper one, when you get enough money and you see me playing Minecraft, nobody's played sounds the entire stream, and I'm sitting by myself, and you play that sound effect, obviously I freak out. But if that's why it's so high. It's because, you know, you have the ability to potentially scare the bling blong out of me. But if you just use them all, the sound effects right back to 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 back, you know, the scare ability goes down. Just keep that in mind for the OGs here. Okay, so we hit our limit of 1 village per stream. Other part of the goal is to get leather armor, which we found leather armor at that place. We also got more armor. Thank you for the spring sound effect. We got 17 total iron. One of those irons should go to a shield. The only problem with me using a shield so early on is the shield covers up like a quarter of my screen. And I use that in my normal world all the time, the shield. But I don't want to waste my... I only want to waste my... I don't want to cover up a quarter of my screen when... I really feel like I hate to say that I feel like I'm safe in hardcore, which is not true, but I do feel it. I do feel it, and I should not feel that. Okay, you only found out today? Yeah, no worries. I'm just saying that if you're just I'm giving you an idea. I'm giving you an idea. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever the hell you want. This is saving. You do what you want with your coins. This is your free country. But
Well, how about you get a damn job?
Did I put that in there?
Damn job.
Did I put that in there? When did I put that sound effect in there? When did I put that sound effect into the thing? I don't remember putting that in there. I don't remember putting that into the thing. I remember saying that I had it, but I didn't remember adding that. I guess I could look and see when I added that, but I don't remember doing that. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, that was funny. I forgot I had that. Okay, well, I don't have to do that. All right. I think I'm gonna build my farms next to this farm here. See, that's Sith Lord. This is big brain by you. This is why you see. I didn't even know that was in. I didn't know that was in there. That makes it even funnier. Okay. Oh god. Whew. All right, we're gonna make little pens for these guys, and we're only gonna put one gate on them, so it's gonna be a little bit more spread out. But I don't want the gates to be I want them to be big, sure, but I don't want them to be super large. So let's see if I can figure out the math on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put the water there. Like in theory, I put the water here. But this is not the same size as that. So did I not go as far? Or am I brain dead? I'm a little brain dead because I want there to be a walking path down the middle on this one. So it's going to be a little smaller. Okay, so I'm not that brain dead. And we got an extra bed from that village too. We can go back to, by the way, we can go back to the villages we've already been to multiple times. But we cannot go to any new villages in the same stream. If that makes any sense. That's what the goal I'm going to... Holy shit! I didn't know... Okay. 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 Okay, there's a lot more sound effects in this thing that I completely... I mean, it's been years since people used them, so... it makes sense. All right, we're gonna need to chop more trees down. We're gonna have to be like Ted. I was about to say Ted Bundy, but I meant to say, what's his face? John Paul Jones? No, what's the guy's name? Paul Bunyan. We're gonna use all our wood up for fences. It's not probably the smartest idea. We'll use all those up, and then we're gonna make I don't know. Give me 8 of those, so we have 10 total. All right. Let's figure out how the length of these. I want them to be the same dimensions of this. It's gonna be a little smaller because we're gonna have a walkway down the middle. And I'm gonna split the chickens up. I'm gonna split the sheeps up. I'm gonna split the cows up. I'm gonna put the llamas in one. But I don't know what kind of these guys can hit you through that fence.
I'll be back.
Holy crap, how much health does this guy have? Alright, so let's say we're building the water canal, right? So the water goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that you put the water in there, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where the end of the first, that was where the water ends, right? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you put the water in here, technically 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be the end of that. So this would be the length of this. With that being said, though, the corrals are not going to be evenly sized. So maybe I make it one longer. I make it one longer, and then we can have them evenly sized. I think that's a good idea. So the middle would technically be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this would have to go over like that. And then that should be correctly sized. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which should this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be the 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I doing this right? So you put the water there. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you put this. Okay, yeah, we did that right because we would technically back them up to be efficient, but we're not backing them up because we don't need to be efficient because it's not actually a farm. It's just a pen. So we should be good. And then we're going to put only one gate in here because somebody said that the mobs can glitch, the slimes can glitch through. I seen online. Doesn't mean that they didn't patch it from that video post, but I'm just going to play it safe and just put one fence gate in there for now. And these are technically structurally middles, so that makes it even nicer. So, all right, I think we're doing pretty good. Let's just continue that design and copy that over here. Now we do have acacia wood, so I think we could probably build acacia fences. Maybe start to spruce it up a little bit. Spruce it up because of wood? Unfortunately, we don't have any spruce. And we probably won't have any spruce for a very long time. Unless we get lucky with the Wandering Trader. And I do hope we get lucky with the Wandering Trader. So, that should be fine right about here. Missing a torch on that side. I'm missing the gates. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get the sheeps and the cows all into this by, I'm putting a gate here, too. I don't have to, but I'm putting a gate there. Even the little ones can hit you through it. Just in case. You never know. I don't want those guys coming around because they are annoying as heck. Especially how they like just to slimy. I was going to, but went with how much you're gonna get a damn job. I think it's a bet to gamble. You should capture a slime and name it Larry. Yeah, definitely not happening right now. Not happening right now. Slimes are annoying the bling blong out of me. Okay. Let's make a couple more axes. I think we need to get some axes. And you know what we need to do today is I actually built in my other secret Minecraft world. In my secret Minecraft world that Zach Daily Games called me out on, which is not really called out on because I told everyone about it, but the secret Minecraft world that I have is, it's coming along really well, and I literally just, last night, I half built it, and I said I need to go to bed at a reasonable time, and I couldn't fall asleep, but I didn't stay up and play Minecraft until 4 in the morning, or 3 in the morning, or 2 in the morning. I did be reasonable, and I did lay down. I couldn't sleep, but I did lay down for a long time, and I built a mob farm. A mob farm costs so many blocks that we need to get a lot of cobblestone from our cobblestone generator. So we're going to see a couple of these streams, y'all, that we're going to be... Dude, I have 11 eggs. I get 11 eggs and 1 chicken? Come on, bro. Liam's asking, why is there so many slimes? Yes, Sith Lord's explaining it to you, but this is a super flat world. So what does that mean? The world is only 3 blocks deep. It's technically 4, but the 4th one is bedrock. You cannot mine this. It's literally 3 layers of dirt, villages, and that's it. If you don't find a village, you're screwed. You don't find any food, you're screwed. You can't find any trees except for villages, and the villages only supply oak trees. So any tree that is outside of an oak tree, which are these, you have to get through a wandering trader, and you have to trade with them. And the only way you can trade with them is with, trading things and blah, 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 blah. I have seen this challenge, though, Liam done, and I think you should watch it at some point. There's a guy named Bam Clam on YouTube. Everyone watch him. Bam Clam on YouTube did which inspired me to redo this challenge. I had this challenge idea a long time ago as a kid. But Bam Clam is doing a world that you only spawn on the bedrock. Nothing spawns on the bedrock. And you only get the starter chests. So you get a couple sticks, an apple, and that's it. And you got to figure out how to survive. You have to get blocks, and blocks are only really able to get from skeletons, from bone blocks, and slimes. And you can't get slimes to come in unless you have blocks. So you got to take those limited blocks that are in your starter chest and figure out how to get slimes. And you got to do it within 3 days. And if you don't do it in 3 days, the phantoms come down from the sky and kill you. So there is a timeline to get yourself a thing. Well, I guess you could survive longer than 3 days if you did that without it. But, you might starve to death. So, yeah, it's a lot harder of a challenge, which we'll eventually do one day. One day we'll eventually do that challenge. But I want to play this and actually have a little bit of fun. This is a lot easier to play on. This is definitely a survivable. This is like the Nether. The Nether in... You could, you don't really need, that's not really as hard as it used to be. But I want to do something like that too. So. Alright. So we did get ourselves 1 chicken, which is honestly diabolical. Which is what Liam typed too, which I completely stole that sentence, or that word. Which is diabolical, but, I'm going to bring the chickens by hand over here instead of just killing them. I wish I had 2 chickens in there so I didn't have to bring them all over, but I guess we're going to bring them over. Same thing with the cows and stuff, but I want to get these chickens out here. The chicken is flying. Did you guys know chickens can fly? I didn't know that. Apparently they can't fly. In Minecraft they can't fly. Hold on, what? Cows cannot eat seeds, can they? Why are you guys acting like you can eat seeds? Oh my god. Okay, well, every chicken that's left in there is not going to be a part of this world any longer. So you should figure out how to fly yourself out of there. Liam says, why would anybody do this? This is diabolical. Just for the challenge. I think it's different. I played hardcore before. I played, 2 hardcore series on this channel? Maybe 1? I mean, I've done hardcore, I did hardcore, not a series. I did a couple hardcore, speed runs, which I do want to do again. I do want to do the speed runs again, but, hardcore, just a world. And I only done 1 world, and I died because of Somebody suggested TNT. Do you guys remember who suggested it? We'll never be doing that ever again in survival, hardcore, or anything. D&D is done for that method. Maybe on normal, but still a little burnt out of that doing it normal. Had to switch it up. All right, the chickens are dead. Chickens are done. That's called eating. Any chickens in here? I have a little surprise for you. All right, I think the last thing that we have left is the cows. The llamas, we can just rope and lead them out of here. But we're going to grab all these cows, and any cows that are left over will be... Any of you cows want to be my booties? Anybody want to be my booties? Okay. If you're not coming with me, you'll be my booties. You'll be my booties. I think I'm going to put the cows close because cows are not annoying sounding. Slimes are starting to annoy the heck out of me because it is a survival hardcore world. Sure, they are annoying the heck out of me. Chickens are always annoying. I hate chickens, but in the hardcore world, you can't get rid of chickens, okay? I hate the chickens, but hey, chickens are chickens. Same thing in my normal world, my secret Minecraft world. Hello? Goodbye. Where are you going? And the thing is, Sith Lord and Liam, you know you weren't here yesterday, but you probably already know this mechanic. There's things called slime chunks. And the worlds are spawned in chunks, obviously, right? This is the chunk that we're in. This is all one chunk, and that's how Minecraft loads the game. So sometimes when you see stuff spawn in weird, somehow the chunk code gets screwed. But the chunk here is a slime chunk, meaning slimes spawn in it. Now, if we built 500 blocks up, or sorry, not 500 blocks up. If we built 50 blocks up, they wouldn't spawn in the air. But they would spawn down here. Because we're at technically -60. You ready to be something? My booties! Alright, boom. Let's throw some armor on. Boom. And we're gonna... Should we make the boots or the pants? Ooh, we were talking about making booties. They're going to be booties. Boom! We are almost here, leathered up. We technically look leathered up, but that's her skin. Yeah, Minecraft worlds. The maximum you can go, or I mean, a creeper can kill us in one shot still, but this is a little bit of leather to cover us up. I don't know how often I'm going to do this, but we're gonna have to get a lot of leather, I guess. Because I mean, these are not really highly durable. 80, like this is 80, this is 54 or 55. This one's probably this 40, I don't know. And this is my random chest, so I guess my random chest is just gonna be like stuff I need to breed them with, I guess. And then my last one are sheep. So let's go grab the sheepies. I'll make a custom chest over there for them eventually. Take some steaks. Take bed into the nether. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I think the nether in this world is probably going to be regular, to be honest with you. I think the nether in this world is just normal. Come on. I like how you can see the golems that were over there. There was 2 in that town? I didn't think there was, but apparently there was. Superflat is mainly for creative sandbox builders who do survival challenges. Yeah, usually, yeah, like Sith Lord says, if you want to try to build in Minecraft, like before you go in survival, you just come into a super flat world and throw some stuff down. There's no trees in your way. You can see how everything looks, and I find that to be, I've done that many, many times. Come on! Where are you going? You're going to be turned into food in a second if you don't get over here. Come on. Oh, you're getting cut! You're getting cooked! You are getting cooked! You are getting cooked! Excuse me. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Alright, we need a little bit more leather. And, oh my gosh, these slimes are ticking me off. Might want to make that fence go a little longer, even though I don't need it to go any longer. There's a slime chunk somewhere over there. I don't know which one it is. It could be two of them. I guess it probably is two of them, but we'll figure that out later. All right, let's throw this bread in here. Let's keep this here. We'll keep the leads over here because pretty much we do need leads for that. And oh yes, yeah. Let me go bring up my YouTube watch history real quick, and let me bring up the XP farm. He shows you at the beginning of the video how much blocks you need. So I want to get a chest, and I want to make sure that I get all these items before we start doing it. And we're not going to do it all in one stream because, like I said, I think it would be pretty boring if we did it all in one stream. So this is gonna be our chest for what are we building? An XP farm? Yeah. So what do we need? We need to have dang it, he only did it with a single chest, so this is gonna be a little annoying. Okay. Does it matter if it's double or single? Still the same length, right? So this needs to be, this all needs to be cobblestone, double stacked. This all needs to be cobblestone, double stacked. There needs to be fences and dirt. So let's go get fences and dirt. I should have some here, and I definitely have more than enough dirt. I'm not free. I don't have to go mining for dirt. I definitely have enough dirt from digging out our little lake. So we need some of that, and then we need fences. Or I mean ladders, not fences. Which I have ladders here. I do have dirt, okay. We need some slabs. So slabs, that, dirt. We need wool. Oh, you know what I want to do too? Before I forget, is I want to start putting some dyes on those sheeps. I know we have white sheep all the time, like in basic Minecraft, especially if you don't know what you want the color to be. But I don't want them to be just white sheep, to be honest with you. I want them to be different colors because I build with white wool all the time, and it's annoying, honestly. I genuinely don't like how it's always like white this. Maybe we'll go with purple. Let's do purple. Let's do purple sheep. Let's do purple. Let's do red. But I definitely want to build with purple for this thing. So grab that. We got purple, 2 blues, 2 reds, 2 yellows. We could make 2 oranges, oranges, however you pronounce that word. But we're not going to do that right now. Trap doors we're gonna need. Oh, trap doors are expensive. What do the acacia trap doors look like? Curious. We have not used acacia wood yet, and I don't think I really build with. Oh, let's use the acacia trees. Oh, that's using the acacia trees might be a silly Billy thing. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I ban whoever used that. Ban them. Ban Cripsa. Oh my god. Why did you do this to me? I thought we were friends. All right, we need 2 stacks of dirt, 2 stacks of ladders, 1 stack of trapdoors, wool. I need a stack of wool. I need 10 torches, which I'll just put 1 torch in there for now. We need slabs. We need 4 slabs. We need 4 hoppers, which we don't really need the hoppers, to be honest with you. We'll make 1 hopper because we do have 13 iron. Maybe we'll make 1 hopper. Hoppers are really expensive. So we got to keep that in mind. So I don't want to use too many hoppers if we do not have to. We'll make 2 chests. We need 2 buckets, but we can use 1. 1 bucket's totally fine. A bed, which I don't know why we need a bed, but I do have a bed there just in case. And that's about it. So we're missing carpets, which we need 36, and we're missing hoppers, which we don't really need. So we're pretty decent on that. I think we're going to put the torches here instead. Go with our farm layout of torches. Okay, we need a lot of cobblestone, so we're going to just sit here and start mining cobblestone. We're going to stay at nighttime as well until somebody shoots us, I guess. We're going to play it risky, huh? We're going to play our first night. We're going to stay our first night in hardcore, especially after that creeper sound effect. Claude, you should make a campfire to savor the fully cooked meat. Oh my god, I forgot about campfires. Campfires are probably the most efficient way in Minecraft, isn't it? Because you technically don't ever have to make coal, right? I forgot about campfires. Liam already answered that. I think I'm going to get rid of the gambling thing because the gambling thing seems like everyone always loses. You would never. Good timing, Kylie. I'm clipping that. Bang. Yeah, that was honest. That's how you should use the creeper sound effect. When I'm tabbed out of the screen, looking at other stuff that I'm not looking at my chat. That was optimal. That was optimal. That was great. Oh my god, that was hilarious. But yeah, this is our first night in Minecraft Hardcore. How are you guys liking this? How are you liking the series so far? What are your guys' ideas and stuff that we could do? I really like the idea of making this a utopia or a not just a utopia, but one movie in school they showed us, and I thought the movie's premise was pretty good. But I think him showing it in class was very big of a stretch. Because it didn't have anything to do with the book. I think he just got bored and he's like, I'm just going to put this on. There was a science fiction movie that we watched. And it was like they were in a dome or they were in a wall. And this is not the it's not the cutting the trees thing down. Not that movie, which is also a utopia. But you remember that movie? What was that movie called? The Snorlax? The Snorlax movie, I wanted to kind of build like that, where we build like a fake town and then the outside is a desert wasteland. But there was a movie that we saw which was the similar to that, but this guy was underground or this girl was underground. I can't even remember if it was a guy or a girl, to be honest with you. That's how long ago this movie was. And they were in there and he tried to escape, but there was a fake wall. and he was in a screened room. They were brainwashing him, and then blah blah blah. He had a chip in his neck, and then he had to try to escape. Stuff like that. But the Lorax is probably the most closest logical thing. Or like the Hunger Games books, where they're inside the arena, and the outside of the arena is, fake. Right? So that's what I kind of want to build with our world, and keep this one town as that outline. And then maybe we can make like desert and sorry, we don't have any sand, but maybe we can make like a wasteland, blow up a whole bunch of creepers out there, make some things like it was like a nuclear fallout. I don't know. That's kind of like what I want to do, and build like a huge wall around this place. And say, if you leave, it's like the new 28 years later movie, the first 28 years later movie. I never saw the second 28 years later movie, and I really want to go see that, and I should go see that. I'm thinking also on Friday, there's so many things I want to see, but there's so much stuff I want to do too. So, but I want to see the Elvis movie that came out. Guarantee. I definitely want to see the Elvis movie, and I think I'm going to go see that Friday at like 11 in the morning because it's like 20% off. And then I want to see the 8 years later movie. Probably another day. And this is why I should get like the AMC pass or some other pass for movies where it's like $28 a month where you get unlimited, one movie a week or something like that, or unlimited or something. But there's not, out of my whole life, there has been only a few times, guys, that I have wanted to actually see so many movies. And that's probably about this time and maybe one other time in my life where they actually made a bunch of good movies like back to back to back to back to back to back that I wanted to see. There was a bunch of good movies, but not ones that I had wanted to see. You know what I wanted to see too that I didn't get a chance to, and I'm already upset about it, is they re-released the Kill Bill, the full episode or whatever, and it was like 4.5 hours of Kill Bill, or 5 hours of Kill Bill. The two movies, they just put the two movies back to back, and I think they added extra scenes according to what Brendan said. So, what are you doing? I am digging in a cobblestone generator. Cobblestone generator is pretty simple. It is one. Oh my god! 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 That was 3 hearts. That was 3 hearts. That was 3 hearts of damage. That was 3 hearts of damage. That was 3 hearts of damage. Sleep, 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 sleep. With leather armor. How much would it have been if it was no leather armor? These are 65. Holy bling blong. How does the leather hat have 5 leather and it's 55, but the boots are 4 leather and it's 65? Holy bling blong. All right, some of these guys did burn up out here, so maybe we'll get lucky and see if a zombie dropped a. See if any zombies dropped iron. Zombies drop iron, by the way, and drowns drop copper. Sith Lord said something about drowns yesterday, I think. I think I'm gonna put in. I think that's a good idea. Holy bling blong! Maybe we'll drown some guys and maybe we can make an iron golem, but we can't, or a copper golem, but we can't make copper golems because we don't even have pumpkins. Yeah, Sis said something about drowning them. That was like such a good idea. That skeleton is so smart to come in here. Yeah, so this is a cobblestone generator. It's, if you dig straight into the ground, it's just one water source block here, and then down 2 blocks. They put a lava here, and then it's flat. This is flat here. So when the lava comes across, the lava touches the water, and it turns it into cobblestone. And if the water touches the lava, it turns into obsidian. If it's a source block. So you got to keep that in mind. If the lava touches the source block of the water, it turns into solid stone. But you really don't need to do that because solid stone is same thing as cobble, but I mean just solid. But it's, I hate to say that's not as efficient, which is not true, but it's not like you can't just like sit in one spot. I guess you could do it that way. If you had a silk touch pickaxe, you could get it, but it's not really worth it because you're just gonna do this. Okay, morbid question: what zombie virus are you? Are you just know you're not? Oh, what zombie virus do you know where you're just not surviving? Sith Lord said this too. Add an extra layer of defense. I think that's a good idea, especially for this because my back is turned to this, and I wasn't gonna do that, but I think I agree with him. Like the slimes, I need to figure out where that slime chunk is so we can box them in. But at least from our sides, we know that we're relatively safe. And this slime, of course, is coming to me. Which is annoying, because I hate the slimes. I don't hate slimes, but they're just annoying. What zombie? I think if I was in 28 years later, I would be cooked. 28 years later, 28 days later, 28 weeks later. I love that story and franchise. I wish the third movie, and I'm guessing the fourth movie, which is part 2, 28 years later, which is going to be a trilogy, which I didn't know that was going to be a thing, is, I just wish there wasn't so much nudity in it. It is true, though. If it was a zombie apocalypse, they would lose all their their clothes. Like that, it's true. Like that would be true. You know, I would not survive the 28 years later one. That would definitely be killed. It would just rigged from the start for sure. Like that one, I would be cooked, straight cooked. I think another one, the one does not make sense to me is The Walking Dead, and I love The Walking Dead. Oh my god. I loved it. Let me put it that way. It's kind of like my love for Game of Thrones. It was really good until they, like, destroyed their own franchise. For money. But, Walking Dead series, like, they just don't stick with their own zombie logic. Their zombies do this episode. They do this episode. That episode, they do something else. The theory behind... And then... Like, in 28 years later, you know, they lose all their clothes because they were, you know, they've been zombies for 20, or infected for 28 years later, which is, 28 years later is not a zombie movie. It's an infected movie. So, I know people say it is, yeah, you could say it's a zombie movie, but it's technically an infected movie. But, you know, like in The Walking Dead, they live, I think they live even longer than that. I could be wrong. Maybe the time frame is not that long. Maybe it's not as long as I think. But still, if you had zombies, which are the undead zombies would rot and decay. They're all rotting. The dead are already rotting. The infected movie makes sense because they're technically not dead. They're technically alive, but infected. But in The Walking Dead, they're already dead. They're not living anymore. Like, they're alive, but they're not, like, they would still be decaying. And even if you say, oh, there's zombies and this and that, that stops, I mean, it still technically was a human being. Human beings, after 100 years old, can't do the same thing. So even if you were a zombie, like this, you're saying that the muscles don't break, or you're saying the muscles don't break after years in the cold and you're this old and decaying bodies. I understand that the zombies still could go for a while, but you're still, if you tear a muscle as a human or as a zombie, like, it's still permanently torn. Like, the zombies are not immune to being like still running at the same speed or walking at the same speed or etc. Zombies aren't real, Liam says. You turn drown. Yep. You already did. Also, minimum block 2 blocks or to turn on one zombies. Resident Evil. I haven't watched the movies, but I played the game. I would be cooked in that too, for sure. I think we would all be cooked in Resident Evil. How do you know all these Minecraft things? Well, I think the first time I ever understood the cobblestone generator, which is a lot harder of a challenge than this, Liam. It's not as hard as Bedrock. The Bedrock one is the hardest challenge I've ever seen somebody do. That I've seen somebody do. But there was a game called Skyblock. Skyblock was 3 blocks down, and it was probably the size of 3, and then I think it was smaller than this. It was probably from this lava block to here. Like, it was all of this. It was probably a little smaller than that, like one down this way, but roughly this size. Skyblock had 3 blocks down. All they gave you was 1 lava, 1 water, a tree, and that's it. And like maybe a couple little things. Later on, they did add this sand. Later on, they did add the nether. But you were just floating in the sky, and that was it. That was your entire challenge. Now, you could respawn in Skyblock. Skyblock was not limited to being 1 life. You could respawn in the Skyblock series, but if your tree didn't drop a sapling and you didn't place your sapling correct, you're cooked. You have a finite number of dirt. You have, say, 30 dirt. If you lost your dirt, you can't plant any more trees. Game over. You can't get any more tools. It's a different challenge. So that's the only reason why I think that's the first place I learned about this. And I always messed up the cobblestone generators, and ever since I continuously mess them up, I just look up YouTube tutorials. It's not hard to do. It's something that I should be able to do, but in normal Minecraft, you don't have to do this. In normal Minecraft, you can just go somewhere and just find cobblestone anywhere. You find any block anywhere. I don't like zombie movies because they aren't real. Mummies are real. Mummy movies. I watched the Return of the Mummy, the first Mummy movie. I like the storyline of them in love and they blah blah blah. I like that. I tried to watch the second one. The second one I could not get through. By the way, that actor that does the Mummy movies, when I looked up him and I seen him in other movies, I was like, oh, that's him. He has changed a lot. Him losing his hair and then him putting glasses on and putting weight on, he does not look anything like he did back in the day. I understand people lose hair, but he does not look like anything like he did it in his 30s or 20s whenever that Mummy movie was filmed, when he was that age. Maybe he was 40 at the time, but he looks nothing like that. I understand people lose hair. I mean, I'm losing hair myself, but he does nothing. He doesn't look anything like that. When I was like, that's him? They had Acid Blood and Daryl Dixon Walking Dead. They are gasoline in the New York City Walking Dead. I have never seen any of the spin-offs of The Walking Dead. I just finished The Walking Dead maybe about a year ago. Watch it in many different runs and try to start from the beginning, and I did, and blah, blah, blah. When I watched The Walking Dead the first time I ever watched it, I watched it on Netflix, and I found this TV show on Netflix, and I go, wow. I watched the 8-episode season. I go, man, I found a phenomenal zombie TV show that does not have any other episodes. This is it. Like, they're not producing any more episodes. Like, this is it. Because, back then when Netflix released the show, it would, I mean, they still do. They release it in its, well, they don't release it in its entirety anymore, but back then they did, and it was like 1 year off or 2 years off because I didn't understand that I didn't understand at that time that the AMC owned the rights to The Walking Dead, and that The Walking Dead was on their platform, right, or something like that. So you had it was like a 3-year cooldown before it could come to Netflix. So I was like a 3-year gap, and I'm like, man, they made this beautiful TV show. They ended it off wonderfully, and that's it. And it was like 3 years since the first one, and then I realized, oh my god, this is like actually a thing when I looked it up. Because most zombie movies that I saw on Netflix or TV shows that I saw on Netflix, it was like one and done. There's a bunch of good ones. But, there was only like one thing, and that was it. And then the director never made a zombie movie again. I've always been a zombie fan, especially if they did zombies realistically. And you're like, how do you make zombies realistic? Zombie realistic is like they don't have any special attributes in terms of. I mean, like infected. Sure, you can do an infected movie like the 28 years where they can run super fast and jump because they're technically alive and they're just infected. And eventually, I'm sure there will be a part of the movie where they can be cured. But zombies still have to act like a relatively a human to a regard, and they can't do special attributes like, for example, like Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is a game, and Left 4 Dead they can have the boomer, they can have the charger, they can have the tank. But I think Left 4 Dead might be more of an infected and what's it called? From The Last of Us. I've never seen The Last of Us or played the game. It's fungus. It's their very important distinction. Thank you. It's cordycorpus, and it's not a virus. It's a fungus. Are you talking about 28 years later, or are you talking about The Walking Dead? I was so back on those comments. Don't have a PlayStation. I like easier games. It's on PC too. I don't have a PlayStation, but they just ported games to PC. I love horror games, but I can't access. But my access for, I love horror games, but my access for me can be hard sometimes for smaller, scarier games. Like, so Roblox will do for that. Just I want my friends to scream with me. I started Fear the Walking Dead, but I couldn't. It's nighttime. Good night, Liam. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh no, you're saying it's nighttime in game. This is my second night in game. Probably my first full night, huh? Oh God, you're talking about TLOU in Left 4 Dead. By the way, great game. Oh, Left 4 Deads were phenomenal games. And TLOU, I never played that one, but it seems very interesting. It is nighttime here. Oh my God, why does the fire keep coming over? This is 2 blocks away. All right, we're going to chop some trees down. We're going to look and see how much cobblestone we have in a second. Where's the fire from? That's what's annoying me, Liam. So the fire is from the lava. Oh my gosh, dude, like literally, how is this even catching on fire from here? This is... The lava apparently can go 3 blocks diagonally, technically, right? Like, so this all has... Oh, gosh. I'm going to lose my leather armor before I even get the pants. That was my last goal for today's stream. So let's do some breeding, I guess. Isn't the lava contained? That's what I'm saying. Oh, there's a creeper. Creepers are one shot. Remember that. That's okay. This is why we sleep at nighttime. This is why we were sleeping at nighttime. Nope, not dealing with that for the rest of my playthrough. Alright, we gotta move this fence even farther back. That's kind of ridiculous that it can spread that far. Hopefully this is far enough away. So if it can go 2 diagonally, then I guess it could hit this. So this needs to go down too. Just bring it all the way over. What do you mean by one shot? One shot is if the creeper hits me, explodes me, I'm dead. If the creeper is next to me, if the creeper comes up next to me, I'm one and done. I mean, like, just instantly dead. We're getting pretty close to the cobblestone, but we'll have to do that on another live stream. All right, we're going to be wrapping up here shortly. I think I'm going to jump on Fortnite with Brendan in about 15-30 minutes. So Brendan wanted to play, so I want to play with him, but I'm sure he'll be more than glad to have you guys all join in as well. Here are the dyes that I wanted to dye these sheep, because even though I like the white wool, I use white wool like every playthrough ever, and I don't want to use white wool, honestly, if I don't have to. Purples will purples, and they'll interbreed with each other, and when they interbreed, they'll give us the oranges, they'll give us the other colors, unless they are sticking with their sheep race. I don't know how to say that in any other way. Their sheep color. Okay. Let's throw this junk in here too. Just for now, let's clear our inventory a little bit. And white wool's fine, but I use it like every time I play the game. But if a red breeds with the blue, I believe it'll give you a, what does red and blue give you? Red and blue gives you purple? But, yeah, eventually they'll give you the other colors. Sheep racist? No. Are the sheep racist? I don't think so. I think there's an extra purple one in there. Or there's no yellow. Or the yellow didn't breed with someone. If the sheeps breed with each other and they can't make a new color, they'll just pick one of the colors. So if let's say they cannot be combined, so a black and a red or a black and a blue or anything like that, they'll just pick one, a black or blue, and then it'll just be that color. But eventually, I think that somewhere in there's a color combination to make orange, so we'll eventually get orange coming out. Which is not how that works IRL, but I wish it did. That would make life so much cooler. Put blue and yellow carpets on the llamas. Alright, we'll do that in a second. I need shears, though, so do I want to waste my shears on that? I need to make a hopper, and I need to make a hopper. I could get away without using carpets for the builds, for the record. I could make buttons instead of hoppers, hoppers instead of carpets, but I would like to try to stick with it as much as possible. But right now we're not making shears. We were only at 17 iron. So you gotta forgive me. We're not doing that right away. We're not doing that right away. All right, eventually we'll get more acacia wood and go from there. We got already a bunch of extra saplings. Don't know if this is the most efficient way for this to grow, but we're just sticking with that plan, and I'm gonna stop. We're gonna stop here. We'll make this a little smaller of an area. Acacia trees are a little larger and a little different, so And there's some saplings here. Please fall. Well, that acacia tree grew really fast. Didn't even get rid of all the saplings by the time I grew. But we do need acacia wood for the farm, so I guess this is actually the most ideal. We need wood, and we need... I think that's what it was wood. You might jump on VC. Okay, yeah. If you don't jump on it either, it's fine too. But yeah, just giving that heads up. He hasn't messaged me what time he said he's going to be on, but I said roughly 7 to 9 I was going to stream. And then I let everyone know that I was going to stream 7 to 9. People, just because I know that message them doesn't mean they get much of a heads up either. Unfortunately, one day we'll get people more heads up. But for now, we're just going to be kind of randomly streaming. Am I going to randomly stream tomorrow? I don't know. I might have something going on tomorrow night, so we're going to figure that out. Tomorrow I got a lot of important things I got going on, which is kind of exciting, things that I haven't done before. One, go in person to a tax place and get my taxes done. Got to do that tomorrow morning. Already have it scheduled, ready to go. I'm not giving any shout-outs or free promotion. They can sponsor us on the stream if they would like to. Going to a tax place tomorrow to get my taxes looked at. And then I am... I have something earlier. I have a very important phone call in the morning, so I gotta take that. And then I have something else going on, and might be going on in the evening. But yep, that's what I got going on tomorrow. Or that one space game. I might be playing horror games, though. All right, let's see if we can oh, these are all grown. We can cut these down. Or they're almost all grown. Let's put it that way. They're almost all grown. Okay, we need some more fences. Or not fences, trap doors. We already have 2 trap doors, right? So we need 64 total. Which I could probably do a math calculator. But I don't like doing that. Let's just go like this. That's 20. That's 40. That's 58. 58 plus 2 is 60. So we're right there. We need to cut down like a couple more trees, and then we'll be perfectly fine. And I should have what's it called growing as well? Not growing. Torches. I want to make some torches real quick too. Here you go. Charcoal. Perfect. Boom. We'll make some more torches. We'll get 4 more charcoal growing as well. I'm not really too worried about the efficiency. 1 log, 1 charcoal. 1 plank, 1 log, 1 charcoal. I don't want to do taxes. I just want one really big bill that comes in the mail like Denmark does. Agreed. Agreed. I have so many jobs and so many different taxable incomes that I am at a point of I'm not doing this all myself anymore. I have too much stuff going on from 2 different many outlets, and yeah, so that's why I'm not doing them this year myself. We'll see how much this costs. If this costs way too much money, then I'm done. But if they gave me a sponsorship now, they sponsor a stream, I think we'll change your mind. Okay, we're getting pretty close to wrapping up here, but we need 2 stacks of ladders. Which will be extra, by the way. The ladders we'll have extra ladders. We will have extra ladders, but that's fine. And then we need a lot more cobblestone. Somewhere over here is also another. Somewhere over here is another slime chunk. I want to figure that out too, so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to leave those acacia trees and let them grow. I'm going to let those acacia trees grow while we're sitting here. Just chop these trees down and get some more fences and ladders. We're going to make extra ladders, and like I said, if we need, we should be fine on that. Please tell me that's the top one. If not, I'm wasting my time here, and I should just build an extra block. That's the one problem with the oak log trees. I know there's a way you can limit them from growing a certain height. But that just looks wonky. Just chop this down, and eventually we'll get to the top of it. Eventually we'll get there. I'm not really too worried about it. We have more than enough stuff. We have more than enough going on to not worry about one floating tree. And I could just climb up to the top of one of these and call it a day too. The only reason it's really a big bill is because everything's on one: water, healthcare, etc. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I think I don't know what the actual reason is. You probably could ask Zach Daily Games. He probably actually has the real reason for it, but my understanding would be is if you filing your own taxes probably in theory saves money for the government, and they just double check who sent them in. I don't know what's their thought process on it behind it, to be honest with you, because then you at least if people send in their own taxes, then you know that they're consensually looking at how much they need to pay. I don't know. Like, sure, like, say, we need him to get more money, so you have to do this. And, you're consensually looking at your own tax information. You're consensually sending it in. So you don't, we can't just forcefully put you in prison because you're looking at the thing. And we're not just sending you the bill because if we send you the bill, then it would seem unlawful because how did you get this random tax number? You know what I'm saying? So there's probably some sort of psychological behind it as well. Oh, the government sent me a bill for $10,000 I got to pay in taxes in the year. That's like communist. You know what I'm saying? Or that's fascist or whatnot. Like, how did they get this number? Why should I be sending that back? But if you force them to do it, then it's not. I don't know. That's just something I just came up with right now. People would be mad about anything. People would be mad if you gave them just a bill and just told them this is how much you owe. People would be mad if you did it for them. People would be mad if you took the right away from them from doing it. So I guess there's never really a win-win situation on this. People get mad about everything nowadays. Which is people were mad about everything back in the day too, but I feel like the amount of mad people nowadays is just, they just go online and just complain about everything, man. They just complain about everything, man. Like, is there nothing in your life that you like? You just complain about every damn thing. I'm dyslexic working with numbers, so I really can't do my taxes. Well, I'm dyslexic as well. So, I could do my own taxes, and I have done it in the past, but my dyslexia could be definitely different than your dyslexia. There's different levels of dyslexia, and there's also different levels of information. Like I have a lot of tax returns. I have a lot of different jobs. A lot of different jobs, more than probably some people have in their normal lifetime. So, uh, maybe not in a lot. I have a lot of different jobs. So, that's another different thing. But everyone, each their own. Everyone does their things differently. Some people, it's different. Same thing with the level of color blindness. I didn't realize this until high school. Different levels of color blindness. Some people can only see greens. Some people can only see blues. Some people can... The rarest one is the true black and white. Did not know that. Would have thought that was the rarest one based off of all the movies that I saw growing up and TV shows and all those theories of colorblind. And they always show it black and white. But a lot of people just only see colors. Like, for example, one of my friends growing up, Tim only saw greens. Which is crazy. He was just like one day he just said, "Yeah, I'm colorblind," and I only see greens. Like, that was just weird. But it's not like weird because he's weird. It's just weird because you know a person for a very long time, but you actually don't know anything about him. It didn't change any perspective on him. You just couldn't see green. That's literally, or he could only see green. You know, one thing that I do want to say on stream is, yeah, people are going to change in your life. And people are going to do different things. And you might not like all the things that they do or change or something you learn about them. But does that make them a different person if that stuff happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or is currently going on? Especially if it's nothing negative. But that's not how our animalistic human nature is we learn one bad thing about somebody, you instantly hate them. There's things that I do not like a lot of people, and they're my great friends. So, but there's a bunch of good attributes that outweigh the bad ones. Now, there are certain bad attributes that you can't have, like serious crimes. I feel like that is where you draw your line. If are involved in a serious crime, you probably can't be friends with that person anymore. But if they did their time in prison, and it wasn't like a serious ethical line, for the record, there are still limitations, why can't you be that person's friends or whatnot? So just like, I don't know, that's just a life lesson with Claude. Never made that a series, but there was a few times we clipped out little stream parts of it. I just never put them together. I don't think I ever had my thoughts together enough for it as well. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for some of these trees to decay. We're almost done knocking all these trees down. We're going to knock the rest of these trees down real quick. And then, hopefully they should all start decaying, and we'll grab all the extra leaves and saplings, specifically the saplings, and hopefully we can just wrap it up from there. We could also build the farm out of wood. I don't want to build it out of wood because, as you've seen, with just the lava spreads like the 3 blocks. And another reason is I don't want to build it out of wood because even though we haven't got unlucky yet, but there is a possibility of being unlucky and getting a lightning strike to spawn, and it could, in theory, burn the roof off of our mob farm. Could also not too, but it is raining. You would think. My, back in the old Minecraft days, which was one of my favorite features, was the wildfire feature. It wasn't really based off of it being a wildfire. It was just on the Minecraft coding. The only way to put out fire was to physically put it out, or for the block to completely get burnt up. And like I said, that was my favorite feature. But it was really annoying if you had a wooden house and you misplaced a piece of lava or fire, and just like that, your house was gone. Unfortunately, we did not get enough leather in today's stream to make our armor, but I'm going to keep this armor on, and we're going to keep that going. Keep that going. While these trees decay, we're going to pick up some more of these saplings. We're going to harvest the farm, and then I think I'm going to call it. What was that guy trade for? He trades for carrots, so we want to make sure we make this a complete carrot farm. I think that's what it's going to be our next dealio, is this is going to all be carrots. Maybe a little bit of wheat, but carrots is going to be our main crop, and then we'll call it from there, and we'll jump on to some Fortnite. Or we will be jumping on Fortnite, not... Alright, let's place these carrots down. We'll place those trees down. Yeets this wheat. We have a lot of extra slots in our inventory because our inventory wasn't fully cleared, so some of these things might despawn, so I want to try to go a little bit fast here. We're probably, you know what, let's throw the stuff in the chest because these things are going to despawn. I know I'm not going to be going that fast. Thankfully I have multiple gates. I also want to knock this tree down too, if we can find the single piece of wood that's sitting in here somewhere. Oh, there's so much wood up. That was the one tree I didn't even get to. I think that's all the wood. We still have those cauldrons on us. Should have placed those down a minute ago. Alright, let's grab all these other crops that I didn't pick up. My favorite history teacher, who's technically colorblind, was my second cousin. Wait, hold up. Let me just grab this stuff real quick. Specifically the carrots. I mean, I want all this stuff, but... My favorite history teacher, who's technically was my second cousin, was red-green colorblind. Or is they are... I don't know what No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you meant. I don't know. I feel like if you can live the world without color, there's color. There's quote colorblind, or there's colored glasses, where if you are colorblind, you can get these glasses and you can see the world in color. I don't know how long people would wear them if they would wear them every day. You know what I'm saying? And people always put those on. Like, do you wear them all the day, like every day? Like how people are deaf and they wear the bone headphones, where it goes like not directly on. I mean, it goes on your like the back of your neck bone, and it comes in through vibrations. Like that, I feel like is a necessity. Color, I guess, isn't a necessity. I mean, but Because hearing isn't a necessity either, too, right? But I'm very happy that we live in this current world, that we have the ability and the science, to give people hearing back. Well, by God's grace, of course, but give people their hearing back, or their that give them color, all etc. All those sort of things. How many more trees are there left, man? Holy bling blong. Let me grab. Let me clear my inventory real quick. Every second. This is the one part. This is the one problem with Minecraft is, once you start playing, it's hard to stop. There's so much. There's always something you can do. The one thing that I learned about playing Minecraft and why you can play Minecraft for so long is you need to give yourself stuff to do continuously, because once you stall out on an idea or a project, you really kill your momentum and you really start killing your mojo for the game. I feel like in my current, like my secret Minecraft world, it's not like I killed my momentum. I'm at a really good point that I don't need. I guess I need to figure out what I need to do next. I have great armor. There's no more need for armor. I have extra sets of armor. I have extra sets of pickaxes. I have extra sets of this and that and everything other thing. So I just got to figure out what is my next goal to do. Just decay for me, please. We didn't even fish at all today's stream. Why don't I try to do some fishing? All right, like I said, we're going to plant these trees, and then we're going to eat this wheat, jump onto the Discord. But tomorrow's stream, if we do stream, tomorrow's stream, I got to figure out what we're going to do. But I think it's going to get way more cobblestone, so we could start working on our floating farm. We're going to visit one more village. I think that would be a good spot for us to be. The mob XP farm, which we really don't need XP, but I think that's the last tree. All right, let's place these saplings down. Let's get out of here. Might make this farm a little smaller as well. Maybe we can improve this farm. I kind of want to put the cobblestone everywhere too, but that's going to be a more of a not now needed thing. It's definitely a nice thing, but not a now thing. Make it a little bit easier to plant these trees down. Look at some of those trees already decayed. Very happy that I'm at a point in this world that I don't really care too much if they not decay, despawn. Yeah, I agree. Zach was streaming early on his channel, Zach Daily Games. The worst part about Minecraft is if you die and you lose all your stuff after 5 minutes. And he said, yeah, some of this stuff takes months or years to obtain. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff you keep entirely your entire playthrough. I mean, that's a real momentum killer in Minecraft when you die and you lose all your stuff to something stupid like fall damage, and then you take too long to find your stuff to get back. Let's just take a moment here to just look at our farm and just say, wow. It's clear again. It'll be all grown back by the end of the next live stream. I promise you that. It'll be all grown back. But we have more than enough wood. Let's clear our inventory and let's eat this wheat, shall we? Drop these potatoes in here. We can trade the carrots. Oh, we only have 2 carrots left, so we're going to probably want to make some baked potatoes. I usually don't eat, or as of recently, I don't eat baked potatoes as much as I would want to in the game or in IRL. But we are going to probably switch into that direction. Oh, we do have some coal. Let's put 1 coal in. Let's just dump all the coal in there. Give us the whole stack of things. We should have 1 coal left after that. We'll leave a little bit of wood in this chest for building future cases. Same thing with sticks. I like to leave wood and sticks in all my chests, if possible. You never know when you're going to need them. We'll have some baked potatoes coming on up. And we'll throw all this crap in here, and we're going to eat this wheat right now. So thank you so much, Fredlings, for coming out here. Unfortunately, we did not get our challenge done of getting the leather armor. I am very advanced, though, in terms of the armor, because we did find the hat and the tunic. Just missing... we're just missing... Oh, yeah, like I was saying with earlier, the sheeps, the yellow sheeps, actually didn't breed with each other, so there was no extra yellow baby sheep in here. So, yeah. So, we got that. We got our farm set up. We got our llamas set up. We got our chicken farm set up. Sheep farm set up. And we went and explored another village. So, next live stream, we're going to explore one more village, which is way more south that we've already been to, which was down there, just to check that last one out. And then maybe we'll start putting some dirt up on the 1,000-block wall. The 1,000-block wall is not the limitation to how far we could go in the world. But if there's any future updates and anything like new spawns in, especially in the survival world, we can only really expand in terms of... If there's a new structure that spawns on a grass plains biome, I think is what this is technically called, which is very unlikely, but still, if it is here, we're going to look at that. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, Sith Lord, Cripsa, Liam. I think that was it who joined the stream. I could be wrong. I want to give a special thank you to all the other people that came out and enjoyed and watched today's live stream. I'm going to take a thumbnail now before I forget. But we definitely need cobblestone. So maybe I'll go just put myself next to the cobblestone generator, shall we? And we'll just get these things in here. So right when we spawn in... Get a little bit of XP out of him. Right when we spawn in, we can start working on this. What happens if I change my FOV to Quaker Pro? Let's get rid of this thing. I hate how that's there. Let's just burn the... Rotten flesh we can trade. I want those to decay. Decay blocks. Decay blocks. Oh my god, it's not going to decay, is it? Is he going to do the thing again? Oh my god, a tree grew. We're just going to frame ourselves like, screw it. I don't care if it's floating in there. It's just a thumbnail. Alright, love you, Fredlings. I am Claude from Chicago. That's where we're going to end this stream off today. We're going to stand away from the lava just in case. And away from the wall. We're going to change our settings back to 80. And I will see you, Fredlings, in another live stream or another video here to come. I want to give a special thank you to the Patrons for making these videos and live streams possible. New Patreon is Mr. Busco. Merch holders as well. Thank you so much as all that. And that's going to be it for today's live stream. I am Claude from Chicago. I'm going to grab a snack and jump on some Fortnite. So join our Discord, linked in the description down below. And you can come play with us. I'm Claude from Chicago. And remember, a real friendly makes their own luck.